I've been thinking, should I change my iPhone 15 Pro to the Galaxy S24 Plus? I don't know, man. Okay, the last time I've ever switched to an Android, my last Android, I should say, I used to work for Sprint, and Sprint had this LG event. LG event came through. They're giving all the main employees a phone, and they said, hey, all we want you to do is use it for 30 days. If you love it, you love it. If you don't, you don't. Perfect. All right. Now, some of the features that they had sold me on were like, yo, you can go like this to take a picture. Like you take your hand like this, and that right there would screenshot right there. And then if you wanted to fire up the camera, there was 3 buttons on the back. There's a volume up, volume down, and then a fire camera button right there in the middle. And so you press that button, camera comes up, you can literally tap the screen, takes the picture like that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's definitely faster than my iPhone at that moment. So I was like, all right, cool, let's check it out. This is LG 3 to be exact. So I'm sitting there with this phone, and this is after the event. I've already swapped it over. Okay, cool. We have this as our normal thing. I'm gonna do my 30 days. You say you want 30 days, I'm gonna give you my 30 days. A week and a half in, I go to do exactly what they said that I could do. Just press that button on the back, fire it up, and don't miss a moment. It's the fastest camera you'll ever work with at that time. I did it, boom, 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 and it was freezing. It just literally, as soon as I pressed the button to fire up the camera, it froze. Then by the time it loaded to do the picture, the moment was gone. So I obviously went back to the iPhone. I'm not sure what iPhone was during that time. Maybe it's the 5S, the 6, somewhere around there. I don't know. But I will tell you this. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with the iPhone. Before that, my first ever cell phone, well, not a cell phone, but my first ever like Android, which was the Galaxy S2. I was like, all right, cool. This is before the iPhone 4 and 4S, before I ever even tried out the 4. I went there to this kiosk, Sprint to be exact, right? Went to this kiosk and said, hey, man, I want the iPhone 4, the 4S at that time. And she was like, oh, well, you know, we have them, but I would think that you'd want the Galaxy S2. I was like, why would I come for an iPhone and leave with the Galaxy S2? I was like, no way, I just want the I just want the iPhone. And she's like, you sure? She's like, because for one, we have a better deal on the Samsung, which they did. And for two, it's better. Like, I'm thinking about trading up my iPhone for that. So I'm starting to double deciding on my decision here. I was like, should I just do the Galaxy S2? I mean, she whips it out. I was looking at it. And I'll tell you what, that's one thing that Samsung does have. Samsung does have those pretty phones where I'm looking at it like, dang, this is so pretty. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get the Galaxy S2. So I got the Galaxy S2. It worked just fine for 3.5, almost 4 months. That's when the phone started freezing. That's when things started going really slow on the device. I was like, you know what, I'm going to get my iPhone now. So before I did that, I was like, let me get this one repaired. So I went there to get it repaired. I realized that these people don't know what they're doing. All they do is all they literally do is take your device, reset it. If it doesn't clear it, then they'll try a few more things, and then they'll just send it off to go get it repaired or replaced, right? So they spent 2 days with my phone of resetting everything, and everything just kept happening. So they sent it off, and then they replaced the device with another device, which it only lasted a month and a half at that exact moment, and then the same exact thing was happening. So I was like, you know what? It's over. It's over. I'm going to go get my iPhone. I went and got an iPhone 4, and I have not looked back ever since, until obviously the LG event where they gave me it for free. But that was curiosity. It was curiosity. So I haven't had a Samsung since the Galaxy S2. And I know things have improved since the Galaxy S2. I know that for facts. But the thing is, I don't want to jump into a Galaxy situation and everything be amazing right then and there. And then 5-6 months down the road, I'm having freezing issues, or I'm having, like I'm sitting there going like this, and it's just sitting there on the screen, taking forever to go to the next screen. It just has all these issues. I don't want issues. iPhone, the only reason why I still have an iPhone, it's simple, and there's never any issues, for me at least. Some people have heard some nightmares, but for me, there's no issues. So I'm like, should I switch to the Galaxy S24? Because I do have the Galaxy S24 Plus as well. I bought it for my wife, and she uses it just for like the pictures and stuff. But she actually ended up going back to her old phone because she didn't. I don't know. She said there was some type of thing that she didn't like about it, so she just decided to go back to her other phone. Fine. So I've been having it as like a phone I watch YouTube on this whole time. So while I'm driving, I have YouTube going on right here. I have my other phone right there on the thing, so I'm not texting and driving, and I'm just going, you know, and that's how I do my thing. And a piece of me has been looking at this phone and been wondering, been like maybe I've been spending too much time with this phone and not giving it enough attention to see if it's worth the switch. Now, I'm obviously going to get the new iPhone when it comes out. I'm going to get it no matter what. Even if I do switch to Android, I will still keep an Apple backup. It just won't be my main phone. Now, what I mean by that is the fact that if you're talking about me, I have to have both. No matter what, I have to have both, because Android, for the most part, does have a better camera, and sometimes iPhone does outshine. But there's a lot of times where I've felt more comfortable with Android when it comes down to the camera, the video, everything to be where it's at. But like the use case, like when I'm texting, I'm not a big fan of the text, but I also haven't had as much time with the text as I have with the iPhone. I'm just saying a lot of these things are becoming so closely related. When you look at the iPhone, you look at the Galaxy, and you only see like you start seeing a bigger iPhone basically. And I am kind of interested to see what they're going to do this year for the new iPhone. But I feel like the new iPhone is just going to be just like this much better. A little bit more battery life, a little bit better screen, a little bit more nits in your brightness, a little bit more of a flashlight, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be like this much. Now, I'm wondering, will that be enough? I'm sure it will be, because they'll probably give us another color to go mess with. That's another thing that wrote me in last year, was the fact that they had the, what is it, the blue or something like that? And before that was the deep purple. Whatever it was, those two colors I really liked, even though they were like really like faint colors, but I was still looking at them like, I like them, you know? And then I mean, I have literally everything at home Apple. iPad, the MacBook, the MacBook Mini. I have everything when it comes down to Apple. I even had the Apple Watch, but I ended up having to sell it. But I just don't know, man. I've looked at the Galaxy Ultra, which is the Watch Ultra, the Galaxy Watch Ultra, man, and that looks like the same as the iPhone, the same as the Apple Watch Ultra. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's what I would like to do. I like the colors on that one. I'm like this close, man. I'm like this close. And I know it's just an easy phone call. Boom, I'll swap the lines, and the lines are swapped. Now I have this over here, that over here. It's really easy to swap the lines. I always swap them back. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The main ecosystem of the Apple, what I do love, is the fact that Apple, I can go to the Apple store. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I got nothing. I just ate some food. I want to make sure I got nothing on my face. But with Apple, I can go to the Apple store. If something's wrong with my Apple phone, I go in there to the Apple store and say, hey, this is going on. And as long as it's in warranty, they'll replace it. And there's some instances where they'll replace it even like out of warranty. I've heard cases like that. Samsung, yes, they do have a store. They do have a dedicated store. Not dedicated for your cell phone. It's just a Samsung store for everything Samsung, which is obvious. I mean, I get it. But like, you go inside there and you bring your phone in, bro, it'll be the worst experience you ever have in your life. They suck for customer service. Their customer service absolutely sucks. And it's because of the fact that no one's holding them accountable. It's like they're just buying. It's like the people who are Android, they just start buying it, you know? Like I was looking at the Google Pixel as well, the Google Pixel, and I always thought, I mean, Google phones are always really good. The Google phones, I've never heard anyone ever complain about their Google phone, especially not, you know, the Google Pixel 9, I think it is. Well, anyways, they have the Google Pixel 9 with the Fold. Ah, bro, like, I mean, if you're Apple, if you're gonna steal one idea, please steal that, please, because me and a lot of other people are out here wishing upon a star that we would be able to literally have a iPad as our phone. I know you think that's cap. I promise you, there's people out here that wish we could literally use our iPad as the cell phone, bro. So if you're gonna copy anything, please copy the Fold. The Fold, do it the Apple way, whatever you want to do. Because that Fold, the way it folds out to basically a whole little iPad, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, that's, I love it, bro. I love it so much. I love it so much, dude. I don't want to spend nearly $2,000 to get it. But if Apple makes it, I might just do it, you know what I'm saying? That'll keep me from going to Android right now. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, there's some things that I really like about Android, and there's some things I kind of hate, but the pros are starting to outweigh the cons. And on the iPhone, it's simple. There's not much I can't like about Apple, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't like Apple all of a sudden. I love Apple. You get to that side of the fence and wonder if it's still green on that side, and if it's still, are you really missing out? Why are people switching and never coming back? You know what I'm saying? I want to check it out, because I literally started with Android when it comes down to it. If I wouldn't have had a bad experience with Galaxy S2, I probably wouldn't have had had a reason to go to the Apple phone. I would have never, I can't say I would have never, but I probably would have did it a few times the same way I did with the Android. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, if you could please help me out, anyone who's switched from Apple to Android, just let me know in the comment section. What do you like? Why did you do it? Was it worth it? All the good stuff. Just let me know down below. All right. Thank you for tuning in for the next one. I didn't get anyone's comment on the last video, so anyone who drops a comment on this video, I will take your comment and I will read it and put you on the actual YouTube video, and I'll read your comment out loud so that way I can respond. Because I don't respond to comments in the actual comment section. I will respond to it on here as a video. All right, guys, I appreciate you. See you on the next one. Peace!